Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video we will talk about the Bitwarden, why you should use Bitwarden, and also you will find a complete comprehensive tutorial on how you can use Bitwarden on your computer, also as an extension or even the mobile application. I structured this video by the Bitwarden use case. So first we will start with creating an account and the things that you need to do before you add any password. You can say like the best practices, and then we will talk how you can use the Bitwarden for your organization, also for the teams, and then lastly as a free personal Bitwarden account that does not need any collaboration or organization use. So you can use the timestamps in the description to skip to parts that you want to know about. And yeah, I hope you will enjoy this video. And if you have any questions, always let me know down in comments below. I'll be happy to answer. So let's get started. So as you may know, Bitwarden is a free and open source password manager, and he is the best password manager on the market. Why I say it is best? Because of two simple reasons. It is open source, you can fully inspect the code. And secondly, you have available every year reports from companies that do penetration testing, code checking, and vulnerability testing. And every year, Bitwarden will pass. So it is the most secure password manager on the market with real zero knowledge encryption. If you lost your password, you're never going to get back to your vault. That's why Bitwarden is the best on the market. So when you visit bitwarden.com, you can learn more. Probably you already hear about Bitwarden and also on my channel. As I was mentioning a couple of weeks ago, that Webnestify have partnered with Bitwarden to offer managed services for companies. So now I can deploy Bitwarden Enterprise for my customers, companies that really require strong password management features, and also if they are going for SOC validation. So I think we can now talk about the pricing. So Bitwarden is free. That's really great, and you will get unlimited passwords, unlimited devices, all core functions, and it is always for free. So there is nothing to lose if you're going to switch from LastPass or Keeper or NordPass, etc. And what's also really cool, that recently Bitwarden had added a premium feature, and that is TOTP. You can now store your TOTP codes in the vault and autofill them, so you don't need to open your Authy app or Google Authenticator on your mobile device, which is really great. For the premium features, it is billed $10 a year for a user, and you will get access to the file attachments, emergency access. That means if something happened to you, and you don't have any access to the vault, you can specify in your account the emergency person who will get permission to get into your vault if something happened to you. So that's also really great, and you will get security reports and more. For the families, it is $3.3 per month, and you will get access to 6 users in your family. It is $40 annually, which is really cheap, and you will get 6 family premium accounts unlimited sharing, unlimited collections, and organization storage. When you scroll down, you can see all the features, so you can check it. If you would like, I will leave comments, I will leave link down in description. And for the business use, as you can see, for the teams, it is $3 per month for user. And for the enterprise is $5 per month for user if you pay yearly. And what's really great about the enterprise that you will get advanced features, and most notable are the policies and also the passwordless SSO, which is really great. If you have Okta or your own identity management software like Authentic, you can set it up there. And yeah, every member in your enterprise organization will get Bitwarden family plan. So every employee gets premium licenses for 6 users, which is really great. And for the teams, every team member will get only personal premium Bitwarden license for free, which is really, really great. And that's why I love Bitwarden. It is cheap. And if you don't want to pay, you get all the features, all the core features for free anyway. So there's nothing to lose. And their business model is basically for the enterprise teams and MSPs like me, like my company, Webnestify. And if you decide to use Webnestify as your MSP for Bitwarden, you will get also special discounts. So feel free to contact me on my website. So pricing we have done. And now what we can do, we can create our account. You can start by clicking the button Get Started, where you can fill in your details, your master password. And here comes the most important part that you need to do. The master password is the key to your vault. So please make sure you are using at least 2-3 numbers, 2-3 special characters, and the password is at least 12 characters minimum. I would suggest 15. And yeah, make it really strong, because if you lost this password and you don't set up the emergency access, you won't never get access to the Bitwarden. So make it strong. And for the password hint, basically you can fill some text that will help you memorize the password you set up. So I think that's it. I already created the trial account for the organization. And with if you go with the Start Enterprise free trial, you will get the same form, except you will need to fill in the organization details, billing details, and you will get 7 days free trial for, I think, unlimited users for 7 days. After that, you will need to pay. And another thing, if you want to use US servers, if you are from US, you can use bitwarden.com as the hosting for the vault. And if you are from the Europe, I would suggest to use bitwarden.eu, which is stored in European servers for Bitwarden. And also, if you don't see server selection here, you can always find it in the footer below, as you can see here. So once you created your account, you will be welcomed in your organization vault. And first, what you need to do, we will set up some policies, some password requirements later. But for now, we need to verify our email address. So we click Send Email. So I got the link, I will paste it here. And our account email is verified. Next thing what you want to do is to go to account settings. Let me zoom in so you can see. You can customize your image if you want. You can change the master password. But for the, I think it is in the security. Yes, in the security, what you what I recommend to set up is Authenticator, your TOTP. So when you go to manage, you enter your strong and complicated master password. Hold on, did I forget it? No. Okay. And you set up your authentication code on your mobile device. If you have your YubiKey, your hardware key, hardware token, you can set it up there. Always set up the two, one for main and another for backup if something goes wrong. Or you can use, if you have already Duo or another identity management software in your company, you can set it up straight away. And also make sure to download first your recovery codes. Again, you will be prompted to enter the password to make sure that you are authorized. Click continue. And when you set up the TOTP, you need to download the recovery codes, just in case something happened to your phone, so you can have those security codes handy. And another thing that you want to set up straight away is encryption settings. By default, it is using PBKDF2 algorithm with 600,000 iteration, which is good, but we can make it better by setting up Argon 2 ID algorithm, which is really great. And for the iterations, you can do more, but I would suggest to leave it as default. Bitwarden has really strong defaults. And as you can see the warning, if you have old laptop or very slow CPU and memory, it can take longer to decrypt because the Bitwarden is encrypted on your device and then it is sent to your vault. And that's also one of the big difference for the other password managers. They are encrypted on their servers, so it's questionable. So Bitwarden is encrypted and decrypted on your own device. So when you change the iteration or algorithm to Argon 2 ID, you need to change KDF. Again, master password. I need to copy it in my clipboard. And you can change the KDF. All right, now I'm going to enter my email. Continue. Log in with my master password. And when we go back to the account settings, here you can also set up some preferences, how long you want to be vault automatically locked. And you can set up the language. As you can see, it supports many languages. And you can choose light or dark, it is up to you. Also, at the beginning, you need to add your emergency contact. You can add your wife, your business partner. The choice is yours, but you need to add your emergency contact with takeover or view all items in your vault. So once you have done, now we are in the organization, and I can now invite myself to use Bitwarden Premium for my families. So I have one for organization and Bitwarden families for 6 members of my family, which is really great. Okay, so those was the best practices that you need to set up on your own account. And now we will discover how you can use the Bitwarden for your organization. So let's navigate to the organizations. And this is the organization we created when we created the free trial account. And how is it structured? First is your organization vault. Then you will see members where you can invite. You can create groups for the reporting, for the enterprise. you will see all the event logs and reports that you can download. And here you can see the billing settings and the organization settings, which we will talk about now. So at the beginning, as we set up your account settings for the best practices, it is also really necessary to set up the organization settings. So you don't need to go back and do it again. So here is the organization information. If you need to change, you can change it, for example, the business name. I'm gonna click save. And for the policies, make sure to go for every single policy. As you can see, you can enforce two-step login for every member in your organization, which I recommend. So we're gonna turn it on. So okay, I need to set it up again for myself. So one moment. So I just set up my own authenticator app for this tutorial, because if you set the policy in your organization that everyone required two-step login, after turning it on and you don't have your two-step, it will be hard to, you won't get access to the vault. So you won't get access to the organization. That's what I meant. So you click save. So now we have our two-step. For the master password requirements. As I mentioned, you need to turn it on. If some of the member of your organization have weak password, you check this just to be sure that everyone will comply with your policies in your organization. And for the complexity score, use strong, and minimum length, you can leave it to 12, but it is up to you. And make sure to include capital, numbers, and special characters. This will enforce every user when they log in to change the password to comply with your organization policy. And you click save. Next is account recovery administration. What that means, that based on the encryption method, recover accounts with master password or trusted devices are forgotten or lost. That means if somebody on your employee lost their phone or access to the computer, you can recover their accounts on their behalf. So you need to turn it on and also require new members to be enrolled automatically. So that's it. We don't need to set it up straight away now. For the password generator, you can enforce the password generation policy, which is really great. So we turn it on. Default type, you can choose password or passphrase. In this case, we set up the password, and the minimum password length to be generated is, I like to use 32 in my organization. Minimum numbers, let's do 8, and minimum special 9. We're gonna check all. And for the passphrase, minimum number of words, choose at least 6. Capitalize and include number, and we can click save. So now we can enforce that every member of the organization won't be able to access any other organization. This feature you must enable if you want to enable account recovery for your employees. So we can click save. Require single sign-on. That means if you have YubiKeys or Duo in your organization, you can enforce it. Here you can remove the individual vault, and you can remove send behalf of your employees and vault timeout. I enable it by default, so you can use, for example, every 10 minutes. If somebody is logged in or leave computer unattended, it will log out automatically in 10 minutes. This is really great because if imagine if somebody breaks to your employee house and steals the computer, and he is logged into your company vault. So that's why it's really necessary to mitigate those risks. And the vault timeout action, you can do lock, and we can click save. And remove individual export vaults, autofill, we don't need to go over it. For the two-step login, as you can see, you can set up the duo, you can import data, you can export the vault. Here you can set only authorized domain that you want to use in your organization. That means only from your domain emails are allowed to be joined to the Bitwarden. Single sign-on. Here you have device approvals, and here you can do SCIM provisioning. So that's it for the organization settings, and now we can start talking how we can use it, how we can invite members, how we can create collections, folders, etc. So as I mentioned, you have always in your vault the default collection and unassigned collection. So now we need to add our members. So we're gonna invite I'm gonna invite myself. And here you can select the user, manager, admin, owner. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. If you have departments and the manager of the department, you can select the manager. For the groups, there is basically nothing because we did not create. So let's create our groups. So we're gonna name it management. I'm gonna click save. Marketing, save, etc. When we go in the vault, now we will create our collections, and those collections are structured basically like the groups. So we're gonna add our collection. Collection will be for management. For the access, here you can set up the permissions that everyone can edit, and only in the group management. So you separate every password for every department separately, which is really great. And you don't want to have those passwords for their own software they are using in their own departments to be mixed up with everything. So we can click save. So we have collection for management department, and now we can add collection for the marketing, access, can edit, marketing, and you click save. All right, so now we have management and marketing collections. We created groups, and now we can add our members to our department. So we're gonna add myself, and I'm going to be manager for management. For the collections, I would not check grant access to all current and future collections because we want to separate everything. And also we can set the user permissions. So for the manager, you can edit, and we select the management. We can click save, and our new user will be invited. If you want to add just employee into the management group without option to edit or remove passwords, you can do the same. I'm gonna do marketing, Webnestify the cloud. It's gonna be user, groups, We don't select the groups now, but we can select the collection, which will be management, and permissions can view only, or if you want to get really secure, he can view the password, but he can view the collections, but he cannot view the password. He need to copy it. And so we can click save. And that's basically it, how you want to structure your organization. For every department, you need to create a collection and also groups. So you know what is where, who got access, who you can remove when somebody leave your organization, etc., etc. Now we can start talking about the Bitwarden for Teams. And the only difference between Enterprise and Teams is that you don't get access to the advanced organization policies, single sign-on, and SIM and device approvals. Those features are only for the Bitwarden Enterprise for our organization. Everything else, like the collections and groups, the permissions you can set up for your users, stay the same on the team plan. All right, so now when we go back, now we will start talking for the Bitwarden personal. And as I mentioned, with your organization plan or Teams plan, you will get also access to your personal vault, which is your vault when you go here. This is your personal account vault, and you can see it because, as you can see, here is the icon for you, like as a person, is personal, and here is your organization vault, so everything is separated. And yeah, that's basically it, how you need to set up the organization, teams, and your personal. We talk about the policies that you need to do if you are using Enterprise, how you can secure your account from the beginning. And in the next part, I'm going to demonstrate how you can use Bitwarden in the browser, in the Vault, in the extension, and also in the desktop application that you can download for Linux, Mac, or even Windows. So let's begin. So first we will explore the Bitwarden WebVault, where you can do everything. So first we will add new item, and you can select what you want to do. You can select login, card, identity, or secure node. What's really great for the login is that you get so many features, like you can do name, you name your login, for example, Google. You can set it in the folder, but we are in our personal and we don't have any folders. So for the username, let's do just admin for this demonstration. And we're gonna generate strong and secure password. And yeah, you can select the character counts, and we set the password generation policy to 32. So it is automatically there. You can view the password, you can copy it in the clipboard, but usually you don't need to copy the password in the clipboard. For the authenticator key, as we set up the 2FA, you can paste the TOTP code here, and you will, every 30 seconds, the new TOTP code will be generated. For the URI, I'm gonna do https google.com. For the match detection, I usually select host. That means only google.com will be available for this autofill. If you want to use the base domain, which is default match detection, you can use it. But if you have 7 or more than one account on google.com, it will be shown there. You can do the notes. So this is note for the ownership. You can also select who is owning this item. So that means you can add the passwords for yourself and also for the organization. So the choice is yours. And if you select for the organization, you can also select the collections, you can select all, or you can select the default, or the management, or marketing. So that's pretty straightforward. You can make it also favorite. So we're gonna click save for my personal. And as you can see, the owner is me. And when we do the same item, Google Business, again, generate unique password, https google.com. Now we select organization and we add it to those collections in our organization. And here you can also see that who is the owner. So I think that's it. Now we can install extension for our browser. So if you are using Chrome, you go to Chrome Store. Let me switch windows so you can see. Let me do the desktop. Right. So we're gonna search for Bitwarden. I'm gonna add to Chrome, add extension. All right, now we can log in. You can select the remember email. And also if you set up Bitwarden on the Europe Union, you need to select the EU server. Or if you have self-hosted, you need to enter your URL there. So we're gonna continue. I'm gonna add our password. Log in with the master password, and now I'm gonna enter the TOTP code. Where is it? That's gonna be, you select the remember me, and we will set up the pin code, so you don't have always enter the TOTP password. So now you successfully log into your Bitwarden extension, to your account. First thing what you want to do is go to the settings, and here you select unlock with PIN or unlock with the biometrics. When you select unlock with PIN, you enter your PIN that you want to use, and this is optional. You can lock the vault with the master password when the browser restarts, but usually I leave it only on the PIN. So when I close my browser, I just need to enter the PIN, no password, no TOTP, etc., which is good, but it's not very safe. But if you trust your computer, you can trust that is fine, basically. And that's basically it for the extension. And now when we go to the google.com, we're gonna reject all. And as you can see, we have our Google Business. And when we go to the My Vault, we have nothing. Let me sync it. Oh, that's probably because we created two. Yeah. I can go to edit. Yeah, because we have the same items in our vault. So let me change it to Google. What's the extension? Okay, Google.de for our personal. We're gonna save. I'm going to sync the vault. And when we go to google.de, gonna reject. It should be there. Let me check. Now you can see that for google.de we have our personal, and for google.com we have our organization, and also you can see that there is the icon that is shared. And the reason why it was not showing is that I set it up to the hostname detection, and Google is using www. So that was the reason. So now what we can do is to demonstrate how you can enable the autofill in your browser. So when you go to the extension, you open the Bitwarden, not here, manage extension, keyboard shortcuts, and as you can see for Bitwarden, we have Ctrl-Shift-L for the autofill. So let me go to google.com. I'm going to sign in, and if you press Ctrl-Shift-L, it will autofill. So that's really straightforward. And also another great feature of Bitwarden is that you can add your custom fields. So let me open a website, mine, webnestify.cloud/contact. And we can basically autofill the contact forms for the website. So let me show you how. When you want to add your custom fields into Bitwarden, you need to right-click the field. Here you see Bitwarden, and you can see here, copy the custom field. So we're gonna copy the custom field. We open the extension. We're gonna add our new one, webnestify.cloud/contact. We don't want to add our username, but we want to add the custom field. So we're gonna click name is the custom field we copy to our clipboard. Value, we're going to Simon, and we can click save. And now when you press your hotkey for the autofill, like as you can see, it is filled in. For the email, you can also do the same. Copy the custom field name. I'm gonna go to extension, view, edit. I'm gonna add the new custom field, a.com. You can save, and also we can copy the custom field for the inquiry. Do edit, new custom field, name. This is my automated message. And when we click save, as you can see, everything is filled. So it's really powerful that you can do your custom fields. And I think we don't need to talk anymore about the custom field because it's self-explanatory. All right, so now what I also wanted to show you that you can upload the attachments. So for example, if you set up the TOTP and you will get the text file to be downloaded or PDF with some recovery options, you can upload the attachments. And as you can see, maximum file size is 500, and you can choose any file from a computer to be encrypted and stored in your Bitwarden vault. So that's it. We set up everything. We do the generator. As you can see, the minimum of policy is what we set up in our organization, and also for the passphrase. Another great feature for the Bitwarden is Bitwarden Send, where you can send encrypted notes, encrypted details to your people outside of your organization. So when we do the at send, we can test, and you can also send file or you can send text. And this is for you. And by default, you can hide the send text by default. We enable it. You can also select the deletion date, how long you want to be stored. So we set it up for 1 hour, expiration date 1 hour, maximum count 1, and you can also set the password for the receiver. Okay, and also copy this link upon saving. I'm gonna save. We have now our link. And here you need to click toggle visibility, and you successfully, securely sent necessary information to your customers outside of your organization. All right. And last thing what we need to do is to install the desktop application for the Bitwarden. So I think we can find it here on their website. And when we go to download options, you can download straight from their website, or you can open the PowerShell and you can install it through Chocolatey or Winget. So we're gonna do Choco install Bitwarden. I already have it, but this is way more easier to install Bitwarden through the package manager on your Windows. You don't need to download anything, everything is automated. Okay, I'm gonna allow communication. Okay, now we should have our Bitwarden instance. So let me close this, cancel it. And what I forget to mention is how you can set up how you can save the password when you will be prompted. So let's go to the Bitwarden. I'm gonna do login. And I'm going to log in with my webnestify.cloud. And when you click login, here you will be presented by the YubiKey TOTP settings, but we did not get any prompt, so we need to add our login manually. And as you can see, you can fill in the username, password, authentication key, and another great thing for the Bitwarden is that you can create email aliases. And if you are using Firefox Relay or any other email provider that supports it, what you need to do, you go to your extension, generator, you select a username, and here you can select the forwarded email address, and here you can select the service that you have or you want to use. I'm using a Firefox Relay, which is really great. So we're gonna select the Firefox Relay. I'm gonna get my API token. So when I go to my account settings, so I got my API key, go to generator, Firefox Relay, enter my token. And now we can generate our unique email addresses. For example, if you want to sign up for the newsletters, or you just want to send or receive one email and you don't want to be spammed in your main inbox. That's also a really cool feature that you can use. Or if you don't want to use email, you can generate a random word for your username. So I think that's it for the extension, and now we can move to our desktop application. So let me open the Bitwarden. And as you can see in the tray, you get the icon or you get the open window. So I'm not going to log into my self-hosted instance. I'm going to log in to the instance we created for this demonstration. Login, continue, master password. Now you need to enter the verification key. Remember, because we want to set up the PIN. And as you can see, here is your vault on your desktop. And you can do everything like in the extension, but you cannot set up some enterprise policies in the application. So first what you want to do is go back to the settings, and again you want to do while timeout action lock, and also unlock with PIN. You enter your PIN code, so you don't need to enter the passwords again. And yeah, you can show in tray, minimize the tray, close the tray, start automatically on login, or also if you have a biometric on your Windows or Mac, you can use it also for biometric authentication. So yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything that you want, what you need to do, how you can configure the Bitwarden, and how you can use it. What I can say, I'm using Bitwarden many years, even before I open Webnestify, and it's really easy to use. Automatically, you can autofill details by pressing the shortcut you specify, and also it will copy the TOTP code, so you don't need to open your authentication application. Alright then, so yeah, it's around 45 minutes. It's taking too long. Maybe I'm boring. I don't know. Let me know if you like those kind of tutorials. But yeah, it is really important to configure everything from the beginning, and then you don't need to worry about things that you forget. So I hope this really helps you. And also, please give it a try to Bitwarden. You can import files really easy. Actually, I did not talk about importing. Okay, so let me log back into our Bitwarden. All right, so we are back in our WebVault. You can only import from other password manager via the WebVault. So when you go to Tools, Import Data, you can select the destination if you want import to your personal account or your organization. And here you can select the file format. So you can import from Chrome, Dashlane, Firefox, KeePass, LastPass, Safari, OnePassword. It supports every single password manager, so you don't need to worry that you miss something. And import is really easy. Okay, so now I think that's all. And yeah, at the end, what I say, give it a try to Bitwarden. It is for free. And please don't use LastPass. LastPass is not very good, and it has been breached. And yeah, it is just a matter of time when the backups will be decrypted. If you are organization or teams, I highly recommend to give it a try with a trial. And if you want Webnestify to manage your Bitwarden, give you training or etc., some discounts, feel free to contact me on my website, and I'll be happy to set up the Bitwarden for you and your organization. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next great tutorial. Bye bye.